Hello and welcome everyone to our demo of the course Wiley is developing for data science and analytics students through our Engage platform. A DSA-enabled graduate can identify appropriate data and request, consume, capture, and synthesize it to develop and communicate insights that drive value. This course is aimed at a student that is a non-computer science or data science major and is being developed based on the academic competencies and topics that were created in partnership with Business Higher Education Forum, BHEF, and private sector university participants of the New York City Data Science Task Force. There are 5 modules in this course, shown here, in addition to an introduction. We begin with a video that introduces the exciting field of data analytics, highlighting some major achievements and advances that have come from data-driven insights. When you see this tool icon right here, that is an interactive storyline presentation. We also have content presented within lessons. So each of the 5 modules is set up in a similar way. We begin with an introduction, and then we have the competencies and learning objectives. We also have vital source ebooks that are embedded within the course. These lead students to the pertinent place in the text, but it also allows them access to the entire textbook, and they can navigate within here. Within each one of the modules, there are also 1 to 3 different lessons. And each lesson is set up in the same type of way. So we have the introduction to the lesson, and then we have the different types of content that are in the lessons. In this particular one, there are some terms that are defined and some video tutorials. So going back into Module 1, we can see that there's also a check your understanding. And when I go through a quiz, I can navigate with previous and back, and I can see which one of the questions I've answered. Over here, the ones that I've answered are grayed. The ones I haven't are white, and I can navigate to a particular question by clicking on that question number. And when I'm finished, I will say finish attempt, and it will grade it. So there are many different ways to navigate within Engage, and I'll show you a couple of those right now. Up here at the top are breadcrumbs, so I can use these by clicking directly on them. So I could go to the main page, for instance. When I'm at the main page, I can scroll down, and within each one of the modules, I'm able to scroll through that and click on any one of the different elements within that. Or I can use the breadcrumbs up here as well. So for instance, there's also a case study for each one of the modules that takes that module's training and the concepts and tools that are presented and applies them to a real-world scenario where they actually use data and come up with meaning. The other thing that I can do if I'm in a lesson or in any of the elements within the module is I can use these next activity and previous activity buttons. So if I do that, it will just take me to the next lesson or the next quiz if that comes after, or the case study. There's another way to navigate also. If I'm in one of the modules, I can go down to the jump to box and drop down into any one of the modules where I want to go. If I go into module 2, for instance, I can then see all the material for that. On the right hand side of each one of the activities in each one of the modules is a little checkbox. So if a participant has been in the course and has accessed that resource, a check will